Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. What's up, everybody? Welcome on into Fourth and Forever. What a day it is. Monday, September 15th. A great, beautiful Sunday yesterday. NFL football. You're not knocking this smile off my face. But hey, man, TD's running away. I don't run away. All right? I come no matter what, Dan. But TD runs when things go south. But I'm here because that's who I am. Welcome into Fourth and Forever. And that dammer. I wish I had Bob. Knock that smirk off the face.
Damn, the Jets, man. They're like the Ravens, bro. Watch out. Come on, man. Come on. I'm just kidding. Hey, listen, we're going to save that for tonight's episode of the AFC East Roundtable, the SmackDown version. But, short comment, and then we'll move on, because I do want us to react to that one TD clip that I know all of us are familiar with. I'm pretty sure NFL Memes actually picked it up. Richie, just go ahead and fire it up and get it going. Yeah. I was told.
Bring the clip up. I'm not ready for this.
We need to start off with a bang, dude. You know, like I actually bookmarked that.
Which one is it?
A rainy day. It's, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll just share my screen so we can all enjoy.
It's the one where his
where he's playing his song. He's playing his song. He's playing his song, baby. Let's go ahead and lock that one in real fast, because you know what? I stashed that away for a rainy day. In case I'm ever feeling down in the dumps, I'm going to watch this, and it's going to put a smile on my face. We have Lino in the building. Oh, man, look at that, dude. We have a lot of Patreon callers in the back ready to call in as Richie is pulling up my favorite clip of all time, perhaps.
Okay, I'm finding it.
Man. Guys, as you are coming in, I just retweeted it. It is the first tweet you'll see on my profile, in case you're...
I think I got it. Oh, Master at Work is the one that clipped it and went viral.
yeah, dude, you know what? And so in other news, the sky is blue. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Oh, my gosh, man.
All right, dude. You're feeling down, ladies and gentlemen. Just turn on a TD Fins Talk stream, you know?
So the context of this clip is probably the best part. So this was right after the Dolphins got that punt return for the touchdown. So he's celebrating the Dolphins getting that touchdown. And then literally before TD can finish celebrating, that's when Antonio Gibson returns that touchdown. Oh my God.
His camera cut out at the end, which is just insane. He moved at light speed, ripping those headphones off of his dome, dude. Oh, dude, the Miami Dolphins, man. I can't stop laughing at that clip. I've watched it, I kid you not, 10 plus times since this morning.
During my live watch party, people in my chat were telling me TD just broke his stream. And during the game, I had to go and watch it, and I was cracking up. Oh my gosh. Never change, TD. I mean, I know what it's like. Yeah. In a way, but it's a different one. We're gonna wait we're gonna wait to hear from TD, hopefully eventually. But that's epic stuff right there.
I mean, dude, he's running. You know what I mean? I give you a lot of credit since you showed up, and I appreciate that. But then again, I'm not the kind of guy that piles things on when the Buffalo Bills win, because I just expect the Buffalo Bills to win these kind of games. You know what I mean?
Nice,
so I expect them to. So I'm not the one to twist the knife. You know, people are like, "Come on, Dan, you have to be ruthless." I'm like, no champion acts like that. No champion acts like that. It's on to the next. It's on to Miami Thursday night football.
Champions of what, Dan?
Champions
the division. There you go.
Of my mental, man. You know what I mean? Buffalo makes me happy more than they make me sad. But when I'm sad, bro. I can tell you that much. That's
true.
Oh, no. All right, folks. While TD Fins Talk was unable to join, I'll tell you what, man.
I can't believe them, Dan. They doubted us, Dan.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
They doubted us, baby. I can't believe it.
TD Bills talk is in the building.
We got TD Bills talk.
Them fraud fish, man.
Dude, them fraud fish, brother.
M-I-A-M-I-D-O-L-P-H-I-N's. When do I begin? I've been rapping since if you rapping, then we can.
That's going to live on for eternity.
Dude, you know what, man? Like, as soon as when I think that you can't beat a clip, you prove me wrong every single season, man. It's crazy. How are you doing really, though, TD? Talk to us.
I'm not well. I was very stupid at the last minute, like literally like 7 minutes before the game. I'm on X, and one of your fellow Bills fans come in my mentions. TD, I bet you we beat the Jets, and I bet you that you lose to the Patriots. I said, shut up. I mean, I don't know what got into me. I was like, shut up, man. Y'all never we'll never lose to the Patriots, and we're gonna take care of y'all next week. He said, I bet you I'll send you $100 if any one of those things happen in your favor, and if not, you got to wear a Bills jersey or hat or something on 4th and Forever tomorrow. And I said, bet.
Dude, you paid your bets, man.
Wow.
I like that.
That's a first.
No, he does. He did eventually have that wing. Yeah, he did eventually have that wing.
The best part about that wing is earlier in the day, he was here on Long Island with me, and I brought him to get New York pizza. He takes a bite of a scalding hot slice of pizza. Wasn't me. He bit it, burnt his lip. So then when he comes and eats the nuclear wing later on, it's
like
the hottest
flesh.
wing in the world burning his lip off. Oh, that's TD, your character, man.
We down bad though. I'm gonna be honest with you. First, can I say some things real quick first?
Sure.
Listen, man, I'm coming to everybody humbly today. Bills fans, I'm sorry. I hope y'all can find it in your heart to forgive me for ever disrespecting y'all.
I know where this is going.
I'll never disrespect. No. I have to say this on 4th and Forever because this is a part of the thing too. I won't disrespect y'all again, man. Y'all are. Oh, it's hurt me to say this. Y'all are the best team in the division.
They beat a great team. I know.
Man, be quiet, Richie. I got a bone to pick with you too.
This is what you do, man.
Jets.
This is what you do, man. You hype up the Jets just to set us up, man.
Do your part.
This is what you do, man. You hype the Jets up. You pick the Jets in survival pools. You're all on the Jets just to set us up for this. No one told you to pick the Jets.
Man, and Jets fans, I'm sorry to y'all too for giving y'all false hope. Can't believe y'all that bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like I'm gonna be honest with you. I gotta stop talking trash because the worst possible scenario has been happening to me lately.
You're just realizing that it just took 6 years.
Lately? What do you mean lately?
It's clicking now.
Lately? Define lately.
No, this is different though. This is like we all can bet against the Dolphins, but none of us saw it like this.
Yeah,
TD.
Like,
I kind of did. I mean, I kind of did.
That game was a thriller, though. I'm not gonna lie between y'all.
Yeah,
this is pathetic, man. Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I'm hurt because it's bad when you know you're about to go down the road of a season. Never mind. Just let's do the show. Come on, man.
Yeah. You know what, guys? I do want to keep a lot of the AFC East talk for our AFC East Roundtable episode this evening. But the first thing that comes to mind is, once again, the Cincinnati Bengals front office's sins are right in front of us, right? And Zim, I tried telling you all offseason that your front office is incompetent, that you putting 60%.
I love how Dan goes here first.
60% of your cap hit goes to 3 players. And you're wondering, what could go wrong? Well, let me tell you what could go wrong. You lose out on your quarterback for 3 months. That is right. We have Joe Burrow is now needing toe surgery. It's a grade 3 turf toe, and we'll sideline him for a minimum of 3 months. That offensive line is a travesty. It always has been. And again, will we ever see back-to-back seasons where Joe Burrow stays healthy? This poor guy. Now, let's talk about this game, and we could take a little bit of time also to poo-poo on the Jacksonville Jaguars, because if you can't beat a backup quarterback that throws 3 interceptions, I have no idea what is wrong with your team. I have no idea what's wrong with your team. But thoughts on Joe Burrow, thoughts on the Bengals, thoughts on the Jacksonville Jaguars. TD, go ahead.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate, the Cincinnati Bengals, but you know what? They might be all right regardless. You know what is playing better for the Cincinnati Bengals? That defense. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's night and day, but it is improved from what it was last year. Though that pass rush is getting up in that quarterbacks. They're having a good time out there, Stewart, and I forgot the big name guy's name. The Bengals pass rusher who was having the issues. What's his name again?
Shamar Stewart?
No, not Stewart. The contract.
Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, I keep saying Hawkinson. That's another team. But yeah, they're having fun. They're getting up and at it. But here's the deal, man. The Bengals won the game. The Bengals are 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, no matter how we look at what could go wrong, they won. And Joe Burrow went out fairly early enough in that game. And it was tough sledding at first. But they still won. And with that being said, can they continue to win games without Joe Burrow? We're talking about 3 months, which is about 9 weeks. You take a bye in that's about 8 games worth. What can they do in that time span to survive until he gets back? Can they now? The good thing is they already got out the gate 2-0. But the bad thing is if you go take a look at their schedule, it's tough sledding. They got to deal with Minnesota next week, but hey, look at the bright side. That offense isn't looking good with JJ right now. Then the Broncos, who might be struggling, or they ran up against the best team in the league in the Colts. Just saying. And they got some tough games, but they also have some games that are manageable. Will it be enough for Joe Burrow to come back and make an impact? That 2-0, I think, is going to serve to be the most important thing. And I'm honestly, I think they're going to be all right because their backup can make some plays regardless of the turnovers, because even though they turned it over, the defense held them down. So the Bengals might actually be able to survive this. Even if they just go 500, they might be able to survive this until Burrow gets back for the last 5-6 games and take it from there. So I'm not going to panic here. What I will say about the Jags, terrible. Absolutely. And again, Trevor Lawrence, you got to put some on his back. You don't have that lead and then blow it, especially after 3 turnovers. So yeah, the Jags got some work to do, but I don't like the calls in the game either. It was one pass interference on Travis Hunter that I thought was actually bogus that could have been the game deciding factor in the game. Yeah. But it is what it is. You still can't allow that to happen.
Still can't allow it to happen, man. Richie, thoughts on the game? The biggest standout talking points to you?
I mean, I don't know if you guys are seeing who's getting the biggest blame for the loss of the Jaguars or what player is being just crucified by their fan base, but it's Brian Thomas Jr. With multiple drops. And, I mean, the guy was a stud as a rookie, and he is not stepping up whatsoever. And if he caught a few of those balls, it would have been a different story. The Travis Hunter flag, I think, was not a flag. Like, that is absolutely terrible. But how do you let Jake Browning come into that game, throw 3 interceptions, and still be able to win the football game from the Bengals' perspective? I mean, The crazy thing about Cincinnati is Joe Burrow going down, absolutely devastating. Not season-ending, but it is for a long-term, 3 months. But they're 2-0. And I'm not giving up on them after seeing what Jake Browning did. You look at their schedule, it's pretty tough. You know, the Vikings next week on the road, you're seeing what JJ's doing. We'll talk about that later. Broncos, Lions, Packers, Steelers, Jets. So, you know, Jake Browning is going to be the quarterback for all those games. I guess you can expect Joe Burrow to come back maybe against the Bills in December if the Bengals are lucky. But I do think that Jake Browning showed yesterday, even though he did turn the ball over a lot, he can still push the ball down the field. He can get the ball into the playmakers' hands like he has with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So the fact that they are 2-0, that could be something. They just got to stay afloat, man. Stay afloat, and maybe they can be a wild card team still. But at the end of the day, it's devastating news for them. From the Jacksonville Jaguars perspective, again, Trevor Lawrence just not being able to show any signs of like greatness. You know, he had 3 touchdowns, but turned the ball over twice, passed the ball 42 times. Like, recipe for failure there. What a thriller of a game, man. Really thriller. I mean, you know, I was sitting there obviously watching the Jets-Bills, and, you know, I had Red Zone on, and every single game felt like an absolute thriller besides the Jets-Bills. It's just like, oh, it must be nice, a nice competitive game. But what a game. Bengals come out on top. Big win, but devastating news for Joe Burrow.
It was devastating news indeed. And so I think we have question marks about the Jacksonville Jaguars as well. Can they turn it around? And funny enough, that like you mentioned, of course, with the Brian Thomas Jr., like we often hear about one-hit wonders at the quarterback position, but not enough do we discuss one-hit wonders for the wide receiver position, right? Like one name most notably to me is Kelvin Benjamin. Who remembers Kelvin Benjamin?
Oh, yeah.
Right? From the Carolina Panthers.
The Bills tried to survive him, too. The Bills tried to.
Yeah. We tried to revive him back in the dark era of this team, you know? But is what it is. Hopefully Brian Thomas can bounce back. Cincinnati Bengals have a tough road ahead of them. Can Jake Browning lead that team? It's probably going to be pretty helpful with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins as long as they can stay healthy. But still, like, I mean, you hate to see it. So you really do. Moving on, man. Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers and the Seattle Seahawks, 31-17. Rodgers ends up going 18 for 33, 203 yards, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown, where Sam Darnold, on the other hand, went close to 300 yards, 22 for 33, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Kenneth Walker II, only on 13 carries, 105 yards. I got to tell you, I was impressed with the Seattle Seahawks. I really, really was. I am happy that this team was able to bounce back after their first loss. And this NFC West division continues to get interesting, man. Like we saw the rise of Mac Jones, which we are obviously going to discuss on this show later today. But I think that this was the first time I looked at this offense and I said, hey, this is what I think the Seattle Seahawks team could be. Now, does this raise questions for the Pittsburgh Steelers defense? Because now it's 2 weeks in a row where they have given up well over 30 points. They don't appear to be themselves out there. Yeah, dude, you know what? Like
Sammy D.
Like narratives are, you know, circulating around the interwebs. Richie, thoughts on the Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers game?
Yeah, I picked the Seahawks to win this game. Everybody was riding the Steelers. And I feel like, first of all, we're going to talk about every team in the NFC West, but every team in the NFC West won yesterday. All 4. And
show's going to be a good one.
3 of them are 2-0, and then you have the Seahawks getting their first W. And we'll talk about the Vikings, but I don't know. I was loud saying the Vikings will regret moving on from Sam. And it's not like Sam lit it up and he looks like, you know, a guy that you want to move on from or whatever. But based off what JJ looked like last night, it's a whole other conversation. But, man, that Seattle Seahawks team, I believe that they have what it takes to be competitive in that division. Even though the Cardinals, I'm not really like high on. They're 2-0, but they beat the 2 worst teams in the league in week 1 and week 2. But I feel like the Seattle Seahawks going on the road and beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, you know, he has one of those plays where throws on the run, deep ball, crosses body, dime, dropped. And then in the end zone, throws off his left cross body. The wide receiver runs a wrong route, interception. Rodgers goes out and blames his receivers in the post-press conference. That's the Rodgers experience. This was a big win for Seattle, man. This was massive for the Seattle Seahawks. I really do think that winning this game on the road, it shows you that Sam Darnold is a quarterback you can win with. Kenneth Walker is back. I think that they're, you know, I mean, let's also talk about the special teams. I mean, that was one of the most mind-bending mistakes you can make. That really was the determined factor of the game. The Pittsburgh Steelers kick returner not knowing the rules. Just letting it go behind him, just clueless, just, all right. Yes, free 7 points. But, man, that, and then how about on 3rd and goal, From the 19-yard line, the Seahawks just hand the ball off to Kenneth Walker, and he just walks in for a touchdown. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense has to be bad. Want to know why? Because they let the New York Jets look like the best offense in football last week and spoil our minds as Jets fans to thinking that we have a great offense. Like, the Jets were literally ranked number 1 in the league last week. It's not just Jets fans, like, hyping up the offense. Like, statistically, we were fantastic offensively last week, and now we're realizing, oh, maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is that bad, right? I guess that's what it was. And then you saw what the Jets offense looked like yesterday, the worst offense in the league. So the Jets went from the first against the Steelers to the last offense in 2-week stretch. And that's just talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers defensively, not just much the Jets offense, which we'll get into later, of course. But man, oh man, I don't know if the Steelers have what it takes to be able to be a Super Bowl contender if they can't stop the run on defense and they cannot run the ball on offense, and they're just a pass-happy team with Aaron Rodgers. That's not a recipe for success, man. So tip your caps to the Sam Darnold-led Seattle Seahawks. They were my surprise team this year. They still got a long way to go. They're 1-1. It's not like they're lighting it up or anything, but I think that was a big win for them on the road.
Absolutely heartbreaking. TD, thoughts? Steelers, Seattle Seahawks.
I think Pittsburgh blew this themselves in this game. Seahawks played a good game overall, but Pittsburgh blew this game. There was a point where they were up, and the pass catcher did run the wrong route. He didn't do the right thing on the play. I think it resulted in the interception or whatever. That was 7 points that should have been on that board. And that would have put them up 2 possessions at that point. Then you had another situation like Richie mentioned with that kick. Another 7 points. You can't get an easier 7 points in the NFL. You cannot get an easier 7 points in the NFL. And so Pittsburgh literally gave up an easy 7 and removed 7 just from a miscommunication. And they played bad. They actually played bad football at times, but they still did enough to win, which is crazy. And they did it because of those, like, in my opinion, those 2 big plays. You cannot give up easy stuff like that gives zero resistance or not take advantage of opportunities. So I'm not alarmed by Pittsburgh. I think that they're going to be just fine as they move forward. Terrible loss. They don't want to take that, but they did. But Seattle, hey, they're fighting. They're 1-1 now. They did what they needed to do. When you talk about Sam Darnold, he had he had a solid moment. I thought he was a solid quarterback in this outing. I don't think he threw an interception, right? I don't know.
He had 2 picks.
He did?
Yeah, he did.
2.
So 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions?
Yep.
Yeah.
Almost 300 yards.
See, that's what I didn't realize. I didn't realize he threw a pick. But it's 66% completion percentage. Almost 300 yards. I know he had 2 touchdowns. I just didn't notice the pick. So, yeah, Pittsburgh blew it, and Seattle, they survived this one. So good win for them and helps them in the win column. But that division is tough. I think everybody won.
It's the NFC West, man. You know, it's probably going to be a hell of an episode for the NFC West Roundtable. That much I can tell you that on Tuesday evening. We'll be tapped in with that one. But I got to tell you what, boys, dude, sleeper picks. I think I found the parlay this evening.
Oh, boy.
I found the parlay this evening. Let me know if you're thinking about it. We have the LA Chargers, obviously, versus the Raiders, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the very stingy Houston Texans defense. However, what I'm rolling with, I'm going with Justin Herbert over 254 yards. I'm going Ladd McConkey over 75.5 receiving yards as well. I think that the Chargers continue their new formed identity of passing the damn football. I think that's what they're going to test. Quality secondary over in Houston, but I think it's pretty safe to say that Herbert and McConkey should be key pieces of that offense going into the matchup this evening. And last but not least, how about Emeka Egbuka? Right over 53.5 receiving yards this evening. $10 wins me $45. $45.50 if all 3 of these end up hitting. And you can get the exact same multipliers, folks. You can see returns of X 1000X of your initial deposit. Once you sign up, folks, and you deposit $100, it's going to match it up to 100% as long as you use code RTS. Shout out to Sleeper for being a proud partner of the Roundtable Sports Network. Damn, we're having a good time over here. That much.
Yeah, folks, make sure you guys check him out. We got over 400 live right now on this week number 2 recap show. The link is pinned at the top of the chat, folks. It would mean a lot to us if you can simply click that link, download Sleeper, sign up today, make your deposit. A great way to support this channel is by supporting the sponsors, man. Big time shout out to everybody tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button, folks. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's get into our Patreon segment a little bit before we go into the rest of the recaps. Let's bring in the first man that joined in, which was Bess. Bess, you're live on the Patreon call link, my man. What's up?
What's up, fellas? Well,
What's up, man?
First, I want to say I apologize to Dan. I apologize to the rest of the Bills fans, but you guys got every reason to brag, man. Dude, I'm saying it right now. The Jets are probably the worst team in the NFL. Pains me to say it. Pains me to say it. And the fact the way Pittsburgh played with Seattle just showed me everything I needed to know on why we were so close to that game. They played horrible. Horrible, man. I don't even want to watch football when I see them play like that. I don't want to watch any other games.
Maybe Buffalo's just that good.
Bro, they could be that good. We could lose, but be competitive. We were not competitive, man. Buffalo is a good team. But no, I don't care who we play. We could play the Browns next week, and we're probably going to shit the bed on that one, too. Right now, the Dolphins look better, and that kills me to say that.
What makes you feel that way?
Right? Did you guys put up points?
Didn't the Jets put up points in week 1?
Put up points week 1, but against a bad Pittsburgh Steelers defense.
Against a bad New England Patriots with a beat up injured defense.
Ours, bro. Like, I don't like talking smack about my team, but after that performance, man, like, how do you want to watch football? How are you going to root for your team and watch other games? You can't do it, man. Dude, I broke my wife's phone yesterday after being so frustrated.
Oh, no.
She's so frustrated.
Mrs. Best, no.
Which she doesn't care because now she's going to get a brand new phone.
True. That is right. Wow. She getting that iPhone 17.
I'm over here, I'm over here because my phone died. Like, obviously, I'm streaming the game on my TV because I live in Texas, you know? And I just want to see the rest of the football teams on what the scores are and stuff like that. I grab her phone, and as I'm doing that, Cook ran for like 50 yards for I don't even know what, and I slam her phone on top of the kitchen counter, and sure enough, that thing shatters. I'm like, wow.
Sorry, honey. The Jets. Blame the Jets, honey.
Frustration.
Well,
I even apologize to Richie because I believe I hyped him up this week calling the show, you know?
Yeah, you did, Bess. I was more realistic, and you're like, Richie, we're going to do it. Well, Bess, that's why we love you, man.
Are you guys going to be on tonight?
Yeah, we'll be live tonight, 7 p.m.
tonight.
I will
see you then, Bess.
I don't want to take up any more of your time. But
thank you, Bess. We appreciate the call, man.
Yeah, no problem. We are on a gag order right now when it comes to talking about the AFC's matchups for this evening. But obviously, if something like that's on your mind, please feel free to call in. But
it feels like that's, we open up the Patreon callers, and I think 95, maybe 100% of the Patreon callers are AFC East. There's biting at the bit to talk. Bills fans talk smack to this, Jets fans to this. But we would like to save it for tonight because it's the AFC's roundtable.
The gag order for the AFC's matchups is underway. But have no fear, folks. Feel free to go on ahead and let us know your thoughts. Let's bring in one more caller, and let's transition to a couple more recaps.
Let's do it. Lino's up next.
Throw your fans up. Throw your fans up. Throw your fans up. It's TD. You know it. And what's the rest? TD, what did I say, man? I told you. Y'all going 0-4, not 4-0. You off to a good start, baby. Keep it up.
We play the Jets in week 4. And that's the
man. We got. You know what's crazy? I'm not even gonna say nothing to you. My main focus is that Richie. Him and them Jets was talking all mess. Oh, Bills this, the Bills that. You Timu Ravens, y'all, we knew y'all weren't going to do anything. I'm going to try my hardest to not bring this up because, later on, I'm going to eat the Richie and the rest of them Jets fans. But, man, y'all was talking so much mess. Y'all was calling Dan delusional. Y'all even called me delusional. Come on, man. We knew what was going to happen. We brought y'all back down to earth. That's where y'all need to be at, man. How them worms tasting, boy? Brought your neck down to earth. You know what I'm saying? So Dan, keep that smirk up. I don't care what they say. And please, y'all need to stop saying Dan's delusional for his takes because his is more realistic than both of y'all takes.
Thank you, sir.
At least give him that much credit. You know what I'm saying? So
thank you, Leno.
You know what I mean? With that said, though, I didn't see the Steelers being as bad as they were going to be. You know what I mean? They got a lot of veterans. I don't know if that might be the problem because they got all the veterans probably stuck in their own ways, probably, but that's a tough one. But, man, throw your fans up.
Shout out Leno. Shout out Leno, man. Shout out Leno. Victory laps. Right here from Bills.
And it's deserved, man. Bills fans deserve to run victory laps. Too bad we don't have any Patriots fans tuning into the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, hey, listen, we might see a couple Pats fans in here eventually.
I would hope so. Come on, Pats fans. You're in second place. You beat the Dolphins. Where are they?
Beat the Dolphins in a thriller, but don't worry.
We're going to be talking legacy game.
They're going to show up tonight. Don't
Are they? I hope, man. If the Patriots fans don't show up tonight, we're at a lost cause for the Patriots representation.
So funny.
I know we got a select few, but I'm talking about a lot, man. I want a lot of Patriots fans.
So I actually had Parks call into the show earlier today, right? And like he was just on for 30 seconds, and he was just like, Dan Mitchell, I want to thank you for putting down those damn Jets fans for me. Those fools thought Justin Fields could get it done, and like he just went on like a 20-second rant. He hung up. Yeah, I was like,
I think he hates the Jets more than he loves the Patriots.
I think so too, for some reason.
He really does.
For some reason,
he loves soaking in the Jets' misery rather than experiencing the success of his Patriots after a win.
I suppose it's a beautiful one. The Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants, man. Holy hell, the Giants made them sweat, all right? And the narrative of maybe the Dallas Cowboys don't have home field advantage after all reared its ugly head because, wow, that was a close one. Extending into overtime, Brandon Aubrey ends up kicking the game winner. But
what a game!
Russ was out there looking like damn vintage Russell Wilson. 450 yards, 3 touchdowns. I can't imagine that there was a lot of pressure on him. And that's saying something with how pedestrian their offensive line is. And, of course, Dak Prescott doing Dak Prescott things, 38 for 52, 361 yards. And shame on me for having Javonte Williams on my fantasy football bench 2 weeks in a row. I am a believer. I'm sorry, Aaron Jones. You're getting benched for Javonte Williams and the Dallas Cowboys as my RB2 in fantasy this year. It's just how it is. But the Dallas Cowboys end up surviving, and so offensively they seemed semi-decent. I noticed that they only sacked Russell Wilson twice. Kenny Clark, who's a run defender, and James Houston. Other than that, a pretty pedestrian defensive showdown over here in Dallas. I'm sitting here looking at some of their games. They now have the Bears, Packers, Jets, Panthers. They could go on a run. And to be honest with you, maybe with the Packers could be interesting. And it is in Dallas, so maybe they won't win that one. But thoughts on the Giants and the Dallas Cowboys? I'm going to start off with TD on this one. Go ahead.
What a game. It was going on during my game, but my oldest son who likes the Cowboys, he was born in Dallas, he was absolutely going crazy the entire game. I heard a mix of emotions. Oh, Dak, you suck. Oh, Dak, you're the GOAT. Oh, Dak, you trash. Oh, Dak, you're amazing. Just back and forth. Listen, this one, I'm shocked that the Giants held their own. To be quite honest with you. Wait, hold on. Where was this game? This game was in Dallas, right?
So it was in Dallas, and we all know that Dallas, surprisingly enough, struggles in Dallas. And they're a much better road team, which is
now remember, I don't want to make it about the opponent. Oh, the Giants aren't that good and you struggle. This is a division rival. This is how those games go, unless it's the Bills versus Jets, by the way. But it's usually tight. It's usually close. So I'm not surprised at how the game went, but boy, oh boy, this was a thriller. And shout out to the young kicker doing what he was doing. Just amazing job. And you know what? They fought to the end. They never stopped fighting. Neither team. I can't even evaluate this game. All I could say is both teams fought to the end, and it gives both teams respect from me. Now the Giants obviously 0-2. They got to turn it around. They got to figure out how to play just like that, but be in the win column when it's all said and done. And Dallas gets their first win, man. That's the type of football you love to see. But outside of that, I really don't have much analysis on it other than what a great game and what a nice fight and competition at its peak. I loved it.
It's tough, man. It's tough. It sounds like that the Dallas Cowboys are in desperate need of some pass rush. Like I said, right at the beginning of this preview, if Russell Wilson, probably behind the worst offensive line in all of football, is only sacked twice, he's not mobile. He's a damn statue behind there. I feel like it's something they're going to have to address during the trade deadline. I really do.
But they're still showing that they're better in the run stopping. They only gave up 84 yards. I forgot what their leading rusher had. How many? But it was true. Like 50 or 60. But they've made the improvement where they struggled. Now they do got to get better at pass rush, but it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off, which so I can't really knock it.
So I feel like when it comes down into it, I would not be surprised if Dallas is in the market for a pass rusher right around the trade deadline, and they're going to be looking at teams
Bradley Chubb.
Yeah, like Chubb, for example, could be up there. Dare I say Trey Hendrickson? If they wanted to go on ahead and eat up half of that, because he's only on a 1-year deal. He's going to be a free agent next year anyway.
But the Bengals
it's not like he's locked up long term. They do, but say, for example, that Cincinnati starts going on a slide, right?
Yeah,
without being with Joe Burrow, I think that starts opening up conversations. Be like, okay, like he's a free agent anyway, might as well grab some picks, and then hopefully once Joe is healthy again next year, we'll have a different conversation. But and so I'm looking at their schedule. I think pass rush is still important, but I did like the fact that there are some pretty significant improvements in the run game. Richie, thoughts? Cowboys and the New York Giants. Talk to me.
Listen, man, I think that this was one of the best games of the week, if not the best. When I saw that Malik Neighbors touchdown with 40 seconds to go, I was like, no way, bro. The Giants are about to pull off the upset. Nope. They get into field goal range. Aubrey's got the leg. One of the best, if not the best kickers of this generation already. And they get into overtime. And then Russell Wilson, unfortunately, folds in the overtime period, throws that interception. And that was all she wrote. Dak Prescott gets them into field goal range. What a heartbreaking loss, man. You know what's funny about the Giants? And, Jets and Giants fans, we always compare with each other because they're both in New York. The Jets and the Giants flip scripts. Last week, the Giants looked incompetent and lost. The Jets lost but looked good. This week, the Jets looked incompetent and lost, but the Giants looked great and lost. They literally flipped scripts, the Jets and the Giants this week, which is hilarious. But, man, this was a must-needed win for the Dallas Cowboys. At home, they keep that dominance going against the Giants. I think that's 14 straight wins they have against the Giants. But, man, I don't know what your guys' thoughts of this, but that Jackson Dart thing was weird, that Brian Daboll puts Dart in the game for 2 plays. I don't know if I agree with that, but, hey, they're trying to get him ready. He is the future of that organization, as we know. But, hey, man, thriller, down to the wire. But Dallas, they do not look like a team that's going to be a threat in the NFC if they allow the New York Giants to put up 37 on them. But Russell Wilson turned back the clock and had the vintage moon ball back. And when you got that moon ball with a guy like Malik Neighbors, I mean, that's a threat. That is a threat. Russell Wilson has one of the best deep balls you can imagine. I mean, is there a better quarterback of this generation to throw the ball better than Russell Wilson deep? That's who he is. No. If there's one strength of Russell Wilson, it's that. He always has that. Since Seattle, even in Denver, we saw it. In Pittsburgh, we saw it. If there's one thing that Russell Wilson is really good at, it's those moon balls that just drop in the bucket with precision. And boy, oh boy, did he have 3 really fantastic touchdown passes. So I don't know if that's going to continue. It's not sustainable. Defenses can definitely prepare for it. But what a game that the Dallas Cowboys come out on top with.
What a damn game, man. Those Dallas Cowboys, they skirt away. What's the rest of their season going to look like? That is a question for another time. I want to move on to another game that I think, should we? It's such a high-profile game. I feel like we can't save it for tomorrow. I feel like we can't. because TD Finstock was right, Rich. No.
Oh.
But that's a good one. We'll talk about that one after this one. The Kansas City Chiefs are 0-2.
Try to tell y'all, man.
The Kansas City Chiefs are 0
Finally, TD's right about something. Who
for the first time
he's gonna run with
in the Andy Reid era. Again, no pass rush, trouble offensively, no offensive line. They can't run the football. Are the Chiefs officially done? Are the Chiefs officially done? They're sitting in the basement right now of the AFC West. Schedule doesn't get any easier for the next couple of games. I don't know. Thoughts on this? What does this tell you? And so I also thought it was funny when Chris Jones was talking shit to Jalen Hurts. And he goes, oh, well, this man barely threw 100 yards. And he goes, we won the effing game, though, didn't we, man? You know what I mean? So it's clear Chris Jones is upset. TD, thoughts on this? Go ahead and take your victory laps. The Chiefs are 0-2. Is this something that was expected? And do you think that they hold this similar energy all season long? Go ahead.
No, it ain't over for them. I mean, they're still going to win some games. It's still a good team, but I still believe that Patrick Mahomes isn't what people think. He is a great improviser. Teams play him different now. Cover 2. That way, hey, eliminate the deep ball. He still finds a way to get one up a game, but it's a whole lot less than the early career Patrick Mahomes that'll get you with 3 to 4 of them every game downfield from improvising. Now it's only one. It's always just one. It's like one big time shot downfield, whether it connects or not, because teams are playing that now. And then they're also trying to contain him in his improvisation. Hey, make sure that we may not even really come to attack him to sack, but we want to try our best to keep him in the pocket. You force Patrick Mahomes to stay in that pocket and not improvise and be just a structured quarterback, then you start to ask yourself, can he actually process at an elite level? We just automatically assume that he could because everything works. But most of the time, all his flair comes from the improvisation. And I used to tell people this, oh, you hating on Mahomes. He's a great quarterback because of his improvisation. I ain't going to say there ain't nobody greater, but he does it so well. But just sitting in the pocket playing quarterback, he has his flaws like everybody else. Not everybody else. Joe Burrow ain't got no flaws in the pocket, in my opinion. Or Herbert. But anyway, Josh Allen, well, Josh Allen is more consistent these days, to be quite honest with you, which is a good thing for him. But he ain't perfect. But Josh Allen is consistent in the pocket, though. It's just some guys that are better in the pocket than Josh Allen. But Josh Allen shows the whole package where you don't question anything. But Mahomes, we've been so enamored by his improvisational throws and the playmaking ability that we never took the time to stop and evaluate his presence in a pocket, evaluating the field. I keep telling people this. Everybody, oh, you done lost your mind. He's not elite in that area. He's above average, but it's not elite. And that's all you got to do. Cover 2. Keep him in that pocket to where he can stretch everything out. And let's see who he is. And in those moments, he's a above average to good quarterback, which ain't bad. You're going to lose to him when you allow him to improvise. Look at the play down the field, going deep. Got out of the pocket, improvising. This is what I'm talking about. So the Chiefs will be all right, though. They're still coached well. They're still a good team. They'll start rattling off some wins. But, it's going to become harder and harder as teams start to learn how to play Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They do need a big-time weapon that could take some attention off of trying to stay in that structure. They need another weapon. They really do. And I'm telling you now, I already know we might actually do see that reunion in week 6, 7, or 8 with Tyreek Hill going back to Kansas City. And I think they're going to be right back to being electric because now that simple cover 2, Tyreek going to take both of them back there. And now you got the middle of the field where Travis Kelce can just eat and it can get back to what it used to be. Because now you've been forced to adjust. You don't really have that guy that puts the fear of God into everybody on defense like Tyreek Hill does.
Good God. Good God. Richie, thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear one mention of, in my opinion, the play that lost them the game, that changed the entire outlook of it, which was Travis Kelce dropping it and the Eagles picking it off at the goal line. The Kansas City Chiefs, if I'm correct, they were trailing by 4 at that time. Or they were down by 1 possession. I think it was either 3 or 4 points. And they were at the goal line. And instead of Travis Kelce doing what he's done his entire career, catching that ball, hitting him in his hands, and walking in for a touchdown, the Chiefs take the lead. Instead, it's an Eagles turnover, and then they march down the field and get a tush-push in. That right there was the swing of everything you can possibly imagine that lost the Kansas City Chiefs that game. I don't know what's going on with Travis Kelce, but that right there lost them the game. Yes, there's nuances, and you can nitpick certain plays they could have had back, absolutely. But that right there, when you watch the game and you see that play happen, you're like, yep, that's it. Like, there's no way they're coming back from that. You can't make that mistake in the red zone at the goal line like that. Travis Kelce is an absolute shell of what he once was. And also, I mean, Patrick Mahomes now is the running game. Like, where's their running? Where's Isaiah Pacheco? Like, what's going on with the run game? There's no running threat on that offense. Patrick Mahomes, 2 straight games of him leading the Kansas City Chiefs rushing. That's not a recipe for success. You're going to lose games that way. It's that simple. And the Philadelphia Eagles do what the Philadelphia Eagles do best. They win games in ways where it's not pretty. It's ugly. You don't need to be dominant in this league. It's all about wins and losses, nothing else. Jalen Hurts, 101 passing yards. That's all he needed to do to get the job done. Saquon Barkley, ground and pound, 22 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown. And I agree. Xavier Worthy going down the first game. Rashee Rice being suspended. Hollywood Brown, I think, left the game with an injury. They do not have anybody that poises that vertical threat, which what makes the Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes offense so lethal in years past. They don't have that anymore. So now Patrick Mahomes has to do so much more, and he's not capable of doing it. And going up against the Philadelphia Eagles at home, they had a chance to kind of get their season back on track, but nope, they lose 20-17. And now the Philadelphia Eagles are cruising their way to being that dominant force in the NFL. But man, Travis Kelce injured his own player week 1, and now has that costly turnover. Well, it wasn't a turnover on him. Obviously, it was Mahomes that gets the turnover, but that costly mistake that really costed him the game, because if Kelce caught that ball for the touchdown, that doesn't guarantee the Chiefs would have won the game. But right there, I mean, you can just give the Eagles the game. You cannot have a costly turnover in a tight matchup like that in a critical moment in the fourth quarter in the red zone. That's right there was the biggest turnover that won the Eagles the game, in my opinion. So Eagles 2-0, Chiefs 0-2, and it's going to be a long, bumpy road for the Chiefs to get back on track, because you look at the AFC West tonight, it's either the Chargers or Raiders win, the Broncos lost, which is good for the Chiefs, but that AFC West division is as competitive as it's been in a long time, and the Chiefs are the ones that are looking up at everybody else.
I do want to give a little bit of credit, though. It's important for us to put some context to it behind that turnover that happened in the end zone. The reason why I didn't bring it up, because it was just a heck of a play by the defender too. Travis Kelce, soon as the ball touched his hand to catch it, the defender on the backside took that arm and just yanked it, and it plopped up. He tried to fight through it, and it plopped up. That's great defense too. Like, you literally timed it perfectly where it's not a pass interference. You literally, he right when it touched his hand, you yank that arm, and he's fighting against the yank, and it plops the ball up. Then you got another defender right there as a gift. That's great defense. That's what the Eagles do. They have guys like that to make plays like that. But here's my thing too, Richie. Say the Chiefs would have scored right there. It still doesn't negate what the Eagles did on the very next drive and posed their wheel all the way down the field.
Well, they returned it into their territory.
Yeah, but what happened as a result?
The tush push, which, by the way, was another conversation that should have been called for a false start.
On the tush push?
Yeah, did you see that?
Oh, I didn't know.
The whole Eagles offensive line is like moving a half second before the ball snapped, and they're not even calling it. The Eagles, if they keep doing what they did, it's going to get banned, because they're doing it a little bit illegally, in my opinion. Where,
but that's on the refs to call it then. The refs got to call it.
I know, it is, but like if they keep getting away with it like that, because now that it's getting, maybe they've been doing this. I don't know. We're seeing these close-ups because the Eagles' offensive line is literally lunging forward before the ball's even snapped, which was crazy. So, yeah, I agree, but it's also you don't know. right? If the Chiefs got that touchdown and they have a lead, that's going to be the first time that Chiefs defense has a lead to protect. And who knows what would have happened? The Chiefs still could have lost the game for all we know.
And
if
they could have won it. They could have won that game off of that. You're right. It's just that tush push. I don't think it's going to ever get banned at this point.
Defense made a good play on the ball. You're 100% right. No matter whose fault it is, it doesn't matter. But that turnover, that right there, you can't have that if you want to win a game against the team.
You paid Travis Kelce. He's still got to make the play regardless. Let's not forget, these are the two juggernauts, right? These are the two juggernaut teams, a lot of people say, and we shouldn't be surprised either that Philly won. They beat them in the Super Bowl. They were the better team, and they just showed that they're still the better team. But the Chiefs aren't far off. That's why I say they're still going to win games. They just went toe-to-toe with the Eagles, so they're still going to win games.
Do you have the Chiefs making the playoffs?
I got them right there on the cusp. I think they'll slide in 6, 7 seed.
Wild card?
I think they will. Yeah,
I
think they will.
How about you,
so
Dan?
Barring
you have the Chiefs making the playoffs?
Just to ruin Buffalo.
Can you imagine that? The Chiefs get in as a wild card team, go into Buffalo, beat them in the divisional.
Dude,
oh, God.
Dude, you would see me with a TD type crash out on the internet if that was the case.
The Bills are the 2nd seed versus the Chiefs as the 7th seed. Wild card weekend. Bills bounced. Oh, God, that would be.
Dude,
Dan is seeing something flash before his eyes.
His first playoffs against Houston Texans.
Oh,
and that was the only time against Deshaun Watson right before he.
Oh, dude,
he got to that brutal massage episode. But dude, you know what, man? Like, I'm actually watching some of the clips of the Philadelphia Eagles right now doing it. Watch this. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
Is that your first time seeing it?
It's my first time seeing it, and like my TikTok brain is obviously just like spiraling right now.
Who's getting away with it?
What was it, a false start though?
Oh well, yeah, dude. Look at
this.
I think the center snaps it, but everybody delayed.
Where is it? There it is. All right, look at this. Mute it.
Moving. The ball's not snapped. Easy false start. Like,
Watch
look, pause it right there. Like, look at it. They're moving.
Yeah,
Ball's
that's
Dude, man.
That's illegal, man.
Naughty, man. You come on.
You can't challenge that though. On the field, it looks simultaneously. So
it does look simultaneous. I was always wondering why it was so automatic for them.
They've been doing that all this time. We just haven't noticed.
A lot of times it's whoever can get the lowest leverage first to not allow the push. And then you come over, you get pushed over the top of it. So
you slow it down, and nobody's seeing that in real time, or otherwise you would see defensive linemen like bitching about it too, right? And like you don't. But it's literally a millisecond.
Yeah,
but
in real time that's hard to see. Slow it down.
Yeah, like all of them in unison are quite clearly false starting, like all day, right?
Yeah, about 3 of them move, like literally forward before the ball even.
I mean, really, just about everybody. You know what I mean? Which is even crazier at the end of the day.
Except the center because he didn't snap it.
So Buffalo, like, dude, start doing that, right? Like, we wouldn't have gotten stopped by the Chiefs in the AFC Championship last year if we started doing it like that. You know what I mean? Listen, like take advantage of the rules.
This in this history.
Let's talk about Indiana Jones.
That's what I thought you were going to say. TD was right that the Colts are the best team in the league.
Well, TD's got things right already. How about Indiana Jones, baby, dude?
Can we start off with how that game ended, though? Like, oh my God, that is one of the worst ways to lose a football game.
Yeah, the penalty.
One of the worst. Yeah,
this was the one with the penalty, right?
Yeah, it was the one with the penalty. But you know what? And so I do like to look at it as karma because a couple of years ago, so the Buffalo Bills made a field goal, right? No. It was so the Denver Broncos missed their field goal, but Buffalo conducted a penalty, and then they got a second shot, and then they ended up going on ahead and sinking it in. So I suppose the world is full circle with that one, but like that was crazy. So here's my thing. It's only week 2. And many people say week 1's a lie. I would even argue that week 2 is a lie. And so to be honest,
Dan.
I don't. I'm building up hope for Richie right now. But like this Denver defense, man, like we have all but crowned them as like, oh my God, like they are it, right? Like no one's going to be able to stop that. Like Bo Nix has been struggling, right? Like yet another questionable performance from Bo yesterday. But dude, with Daniel Jones, man, like listen, I am running victory laps on this one too, because I said that Daniel Jones, and this is dating back way into the offseason when they even signed him. I said, look, I am optimistic that he could be the Sam Darnold of 2025. 2 games, and the Colts are 2-0 since, get this, 2009. 2009, this Colts team hasn't been 2-0. It's a wagon right now, boys. It is a wagon, and Daniel Jones is the conductor. My God. Richie, thoughts on the Colts beating the Denver Broncos? Go ahead.
Hey, man, all I'm going to say is that if the Texans don't win tonight, we got a real favorite to come out of the AFC South. I mean, even if the Texans win, they're 1-1. But the Colts 2-0. Them dominating the Dolphins isn't impressive. But them doing this to the Denver Broncos defense? Man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I think that is something that is very interesting here. That you look at the Indianapolis Colts. They're in arguably one of the worst divisions in football, the AFC South. Right? The Texans do not look good. We'll see them tonight. You got the Jaguars, who are obviously vulnerable. All right? And then the Tennessee Titans, I mean, as good as the throw was from Cam Ward, they're not going to win any games this year. Like, a lot of games. The Colts have a chance to win the division. And that may be an overreaction. This could be...
It is not.
You know, I will say this, though. Let's not forget what happened last year with the New Orleans Saints. They were 2-0. We're like, whoa, the Saints, Derek Carr, whoa. And then what happened? Crashed and burned. So you could argue week 2 is a lie as well. But they look great, and this is Daniel Jones' opportunity to show what an organization with infrastructure, with an offensive line, with a good system, with weapons, a real running back, a tight end. I mean, they got real stuff on offense. Real stuff. Michael Pittman is a stud. Tyler Warren is a stud. Jonathan Taylor is a stud. Quentin Nelson, best offensive lineman in football. Downs. Alec Pierce. Man. And Bo Nix. Hey, man, he is definitely on sophomore slump territory. He keeps turning the ball over, making mistakes, even though he was feeding his boy from Oregon, Troy Franklin, which is a good player. But we shall see. These Colts are definitely impressive. But let's not forget this. What would the storyline be if the Broncos hit that 60-yard field goal for the win and there was no penalty? Let me just make sure we bring that up. That's how close this game was. It came down to that. Now we're celebrating Daniel Jones. We're celebrating the Colts. But the Broncos were right there to win if it wasn't for that penalty.
It still would have been impressive for the Colts even in a loss, I believe.
Yeah,
it still would have been impressive even in a loss. Listen.
We're looking at a guy, and yes, his name is Daniel Jones. He's second in the league right now for passing yards, 588, 2 touchdowns, and his passer rating is 111.1, and one of which was against, on paper, the best defense in the NFL. And I know on paper we don't like that over here on this show, but it's still a narrative that people ran with, so we're going to use it as an example. He's been impressive. I don't care. Like, that's why people need to be careful about just associating a name like with a guy and just automatically assuming he's going to suck. It's all about the system, like Richie said. TD, go ahead.
I really wanted to talk about this game because I studied this game in the Indianapolis Colts. I want y'all to pay attention to some important stats, and I have them here, okay? The Indianapolis Colts had 11 penalties in this game. All right. The Indianapolis Colts were 0-2 on 4th down, which means they turned it over on downs twice, right? Just downs. In the red zone, they were 2 for 6, 33% in the red zone, and Denver was 3 for 3. But you know what? The one thing they didn't do other than downs is have that fumble or interception come back to haunt them. And this is what I keep telling to people all around the NFL fans. I don't care how bad your team are with penalties. I don't care how bad the coverage is. I don't care how well or bad they run the ball. If you turn the ball over, that is the biggest impact in a game. Yep. It is the biggest impact you can have in a game. It's another reason why they had 5 minutes more time of possession, because Denver did turn the ball over one time. And I really want to cater that to even Miami fans. You want to talk about how bad the defense was, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? How many teams won this weekend where their defense was absolutely terrible, but they didn't turn the ball over, so they still had a shot. You cannot turn the ball over in the NFL. You're going to get exposed some weeks. There are teams going to blow you out. There are teams you're going to blow out. There's going to be games where your offense absolutely sucks, but you can still win games when you don't turn the football over. That is the biggest problem with a lot of these teams. And Denver had one turnover. The Colts didn't. That's what this game really came down to. That extra possession it matters so much in this league. So shout out to the Indianapolis Colts, 2 weeks in a row, not turning the ball over from a fumble or interception. And those things are what really are helping them win games, not being careless with the football. You cannot be careless with the football. You got to protect that football and give you a better opportunity to win. Not saying you're going to win them all, but you have a better opportunity.
Turnovers is everything, man.
I feel like turnovers are everything. Hey, you know what, dude? How about we let in some Patreon callers and see what's on their mind?
Oh, man. Wayne!
Ricky, you were doing so good today till you put that Finn's fan mock thing up there on your screen there. Or was that Dan that did that one?
Which one?
You just a minute ago put up LOL Finn's fans.
Oh, no. I don't think I did that. No.
Richie.
That
Anyhow,
wasn't me.
let's cut to the chase. Cincinnati and Kirk Cousins.
Possibility.
Yeah. Going on to the next topic. What if our defense is that good? After all, LOL. The first week is a lie, right, TD? Well, maybe not.
Well, week 1 and 2, yeah.
I want to get to Kansas City and why they are a broken team. I did a good analysis this morning of the football teams that are winning and winning good. It's not the passing game that's making them do well. It is their running games. And TD, I think that goes to a good look to what your team is not doing. 139 yards in 2 weeks. Not a good look, my friend. Yeah. Not a good look at all. And Pacheco, you might have aged out. DF forever, out.
That's my guy.
Forever's out, man.
You got to run the football. Then Taylor had 165 yards in this game with the Colts.
Wow. JT, man, dude, listen, we forget that Jonathan Taylor's a dude. You know what I mean? 706 of you are in here. That's absolutely insane. 466 are on YouTube. 240 are on X. Guys, we ask that if you are new, and I can imagine at least from a probability standpoint, there has to be at least 100 of you that are just now discovering this show. Highly recommend you subscribe and you turn on bell notifications. We're live Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. EST, breaking down everything that happens across the NFL. We have a show for each and every single division, or we have pinned the top creators of each and every single team against each other, amongst many other fun things going on at the Roundtable Sports Network. So take full advantage. Let's bring on in another caller, see what's on their mind.
LaSalle.
Hey guys. I'll just say to everybody, Lena, all them, you're beating up a dead horse. The Jets are dead. The Jet fans are dead. Jet fans are. We're already unhappy. Wow. Why do you gotta do this to us, please? Why do you gotta do this to us?
I ain't dead, LaSalle. Don't you dare say that about me.
No, we're dead right now. Like when it gets to the game, we're gonna be back to where we were. But right now, we're
I'm alive.
heartbroken. We're heartbroken. Okay. But
Can't break me.
But let me just say this, TD. I'm not gonna go at you. I did say that the Patriots are gonna win, but I got another team for you, buddy. I got another team for you. Why don't you start running for Tottenham? I feel like they'll do better for you.
Who?
Lascelles with his damn Premier League.
Yeah.
So Lascelles, thank you for the call, Lascelles. Lascelles is into soccer, and he's telling me that his Premier League team is making him feel better about the Jets. So now he's talking soccer instead of football. Well, they're both football technically. But thanks for the call,
man.
Lascelles.
We need a Premier League roundtable one of these days.
Lascelles, you want to start up a Premier League roundtable? He keeps telling me, he's like, Richie, you got to start rooting for a team in the Premier League, man.
Oh, fellas, there's one thing that I did win this week, right?
What's that?
Thanks to RotoWire.
Fantasy football.
I smoked Lino. Lino. Hey, Lino was favorite like literally by like 40 points and got smoked. Yeah, I tried to tell you, Lino. Yeah,
wow.
I forgot.
Well, make sure you guys check out RotoWire.
I forgot when you came on talking noise.
Go check out RotoWire, folks, the ultimate fantasy football tool. You can sync your fantasy football league to it, whether you're on Sleeper, ESPN, any platform you use. Use the code RTS, and you'll get 15% off. I got smoked this week because Justin Fields got smoked this week.
I got smoked this week, indeed. And thanks to Aaron Jones. And thanks to Aaron Jones putting up a pedestrian 2 points. I will never make the mistake of having Javonte Williams on the bench ever again.
Yeah,
my friend.
Too.
But hey, you know what? And with Josh Allen, only an 11-point performance, man, which is, it's heartbreaking.
Hey, didn't he get hurt or something, man?
Yeah, his nose was broken, as a matter of fact, from what I get. Yeah, Michael Clemens, man, he's picking my quarterback's nose, dude.
Is he playing Thursday?
Yeah, dude, he has a broken nose, man. He'll be all right.
Okay. All
One of
right.
the most embarrassing plays of the game.
Dude, I'm giving him hope. We
got to give love to the Foo family. He sent the super chat in around like 20 minutes ago. $20 super chat from the Foo family.
Thank you, Foo family.
Man. I was at the Dolphins game yesterday. My first indication the fans are checking out is that the concession stand lines and the team store checkout line was the shortest I've ever seen in years. The plane was crazy work.
The plane was crazy work. Wow. That's
damn.
Man. Salute to the Foo family. If y'all don't know, go check them out on TikTok. The best content ever. I promise y'all. Go check them out.
Shout out to the Foo family, man. Love those guys.
Yes, man.
Love those guys right over
Shout out,
man. Justin.
We got some super chats all throughout. Tony, I'm not happy. Tony, me neither, my man. Me neither.
No,
Mitch threw the best pass all game. Yeah, that was embarrassing. That was probably the worst part of the game was, Josh Allen's out with a bloody nose. 3rd down, let's go. We can get off the field. And Trubisky throws a dime on 3rd down. Finishes the game.
Don't sleep on Mitchie Biscuits.
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Anyone buy rival jerseys? I just got a stitched Gonzo for $300. Yeah, I did.
Oh, let me see that, man. I saw you hyping it up on X. Damn, brother. Damn.
Stitched one. It's actually kind of fresh. I wore it on my show yesterday, though, so I don't know if I'm ever going to wear it on a stream again after that. BTA. But it's nice, man. My boy Quinnen, I got the stitched version.
So we'll pick you up we're going to grab you an alternate jersey from the Bills store this week.
Oh, God. I called the under 40 rushing yards from Brees. Yeah, man, that offense was brutal. You called it. You called it, man.
Shout out to Clavar, man.
GG, TD, much respect to you, brother.
Thank you, man.
Dude, shout out to our Pats, man.
Celtics, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm down to do it, and I'm picking the Bills for my survival pool this week. Well, TD's eliminated again. TD, you buying back in, or are you done?
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was
0-2 in survival.
I'm getting back in, man.
But you have to. I have to talk to you.
By the way, Richie, who did you end up choosing? So who did you end up choosing? Me too.
The survival pool. So TD, we're in a survival pool with people that don't know who TD is, and in his name he puts Fins TD. So these guys in the survival pool are like, who the heck is Finn's TD? Because I told him his name is Tony Dow. And then I see the sheet and I don't see your name on it. And I text my guy. I'm like, I don't see Tony Dow. He's like, oh, that's who gave us the biggest headache ever? We don't know who Finn's. I'm like, did he put TD Finstock? I'm like, where's his name? And he said, is his Finn's TD?
I put TD in selected Fins, huh?
Yeah, so if you want to buy back in, make sure you put Tony Dow in your name when in the form because you caused them a big headache.
So why was that frustrating everybody?
Yeah,
they didn't know who they didn't know who Finn's. They don't know who TD is, so they couldn't connect the dots that it's Tony Dow. So they're getting like hundreds of submissions on the form.
And so who's this guy that can't pick a game to save his life? Oh yeah.
And he picked the Dolphins in week 2, and then he had to resubmit it because he picked the Dolphins week 1. You can't pick the same team twice. TD, come on, man.
Well, I won't pick him a third time. How about that?
You better know. Bo Nix is 2022 Mac Jones.
And you know what? Mac Jones very well might be.
The dog, man.
Well, Mac Jones might be a guy.
Premier League Roundtable. I like the sound of that. Sal, you're the head of it, man.
I was talking to a couple of guys that actually have a pretty big following for Premier League. Like last offseason, I was poking the bear a little bit. I was like, yo, would you be interested to like yell at each other about Premier League like once a week? And they're like, of course, chap. Oh, man. All right.
Good, man.
All right, man. Well, let me tell you what. Patreon
Jets
call
Roundtable is not going to be fun, by the way. The Jets Roundtable is going to be live today. We're doing a second show now, and it's going to be live at 3 p.m. So come show your boys some love over there. It's not going to be a fun show. Me and Matt O'Leary.
Yikes. And so the Bills Roundtable is going to be at 5 p.m. The Patreon callers backstage. Have no fear. You will have priority tonight for the AFC East Roundtable, but I think we got to wrap up today's show. I have some things I need to tend to, including a Bills Roundtable, another stream on my show later. Richie, what do you got to say to the audience before we let them go?
Yeah, go check out the Jets Roundtable in 40 minutes. We'll also have the AFC East Roundtable tonight at 7 p.m. to go through all the fun stuff. And then don't forget, man, this week we'll all be together. The crew's going to be together at the game, so we'll see you there. Love you guys. And, yeah, that's going to wrap up Fourth and Forever.
What do you got, TD?
First off, shout out to Ricardo Green, just became a member of Roundtable Sports. If you want to become a member, just hit that join button and show your love and support to what we're doing over here. It is a movement. We are providing the best NFL coverage right here on Fourth and Forever. Listen, man, thank y'all for tuning in. We down bad. AFC East Roundtable tonight. Come through. I got a lot to say about all of our teams. The honest truth, no more blind faith. Just telling it how it is, man, what it really is. So y'all come through tonight, and we'll get into it. And Dan Mitchell, don't with that smirk, okay?
It's tough, man. It's tough. I try to wipe it off. I tried to. It's just, it's tattooed to my face at this point. Have the Chargers playing the Raiders, and we have the Buccaneers playing the Houston Texans. Enjoy some football. We'll be unpacking everything from that game tomorrow as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Deuces.
We're out.
Peace.